from my mise en place that I've already roasted the peppers and garlic. I wish I could say I had a good reason for not filming the process, but the truth is I just forgot. It's really straightforward and the recipe provides all the details you need, but I'm still sorry I didn't capture it for this. Anyway, once you've roasted the peppers, split them open, remove the seeds, take the skins off, and toss them in the blender. Removing the skin on the peppers is a lot easier if they're charred or at least blistered. These could have gone longer, but my assistant was a little impatient. As Becca reminded us, clean as you go. I love roasted garlic. 5 cloves doesn't seem like enough, but I have to remind myself that this sauce is about the peppers. It's not Alfredo after all. Some people don't like cilantro. I used to be one of them. I think it's because I didn't grow up eating Mexican food. Ground beef and old El Paso taco shells were as exotic as we got. I was 20 before I had my first quesadilla. But living in Southern California, I learned to appreciate the unique flavor of coriander leaves, or cilantro as it's commonly known. When cutting an avocado, I like to start at the top and roll it from pole to pole until I have it cut all the way around. Then a little twist to separate the halves and you're ready to go. To get the pit out, tap your knife into it just a little, then twist. Now the pit is stuck to your knife. Not to worry though, from the back of the blade, just give the knife a little pinch where it's stuck, pushing towards the pit and it should pop right off. The pit should, that is. Assuming your avocado is ripe, a soup spoon is the perfect tool for extracting this funky fruit's flesh. Just slide it right against the edge and follow the contours, scraping against the tough leathery skin until it's all released. In my last video, I gave Jen a hard time about not having her mise en place prepped, and here I am measuring things as I go. I'm such a hypocrite, which is why I'm cutting so much and subjecting you to so many awkward scene transitions. Sorry, Jen. Crema is a Mexican sour cream. There are 2 styles. One is a table cream, which is thinner than this agria style. Crema has a slightly different flavor than American sour cream. It's buttery, not as sharp, and it's richer. If you can't find it, sour cream will work, but it's worth it to get it if you can. If you're worried about all the fat in this, between the avocado, the crema, the half and half, and the cheese, don't be. It's one meal. Unless it's not, and you're eating this like every night, but if that's the case, I doubt you'd be concerned about the calories anyway. I know I said season at the end, but that's adjusting the seasonings. I know this is going to take a decent amount of salt, so I'm putting some in now and I'll fine-tune it later. Cut me some slack. And have I mentioned how much I love freshly ground black pepper? If you're not grinding your own, you might as well be sweeping the dust off the top of your bookcases and putting it in your food. See, black pepper has volatile oils that start evaporating as soon as they're released, which is when they're ground. So if you're using pre-ground, you'd get similar results with belly button lint. Yeah, that wasn't an endorsement, so don't try it. Now we blend. You're looking for everything to be a uniform color and consistency. I mean, I guess that's kind of the definition of blend, so thank you, Captain Obvious. Unless your blender is from the future, you're going to want to help it out a bit and scrape down the sides. Wet cilantro sticks better than Velcro. Again, we blend. I noticed the sauce was a little thicker than I wanted, especially considering we're going to be melting cheese into it, so I thinned it out with a little more half and half. I bet if I stuck with milk like the original recipe called for, I wouldn't be whipping it like cream. But hey, like butter, whipped cream is delicious. Again, we blend. Again, we scrape. A quick taste, and it gets the 12-year-old seal of approval. Now, onto the star of our show, the shrimp. They put the Camarones in the Culichi. Okay, that may be more than the half tablespoon the recipe calls for, but what am I supposed to do? Butter is delicious. Make sure your pan is thoroughly lubed, but don't forget to stir your sauce. You don't want it to burn. You don't have to arrange them like you have OCD. I mean, you don't. I, on the other hand, now season it up with a little S&P, the choice for me. If your shrimp aren't cooking as fast as mine, don't worry, it's the magic of cinema. Just cook them until they're done. They should be firm and white all the way through, not translucent. But don't overcook them either. They get dry and chewy, and that is not delicious at all. Now we play the plating game. Here's where you do need to channel your inner crazy person and make everything look pretty. And yes, you did just see me counting, so everyone gets the same amount. OCD, remember? Oh, and don't forget to stir the sauce. Set phasers to stun, oven to broil. Alright, everything's all pretty, facing the same direction, looking good, time to get saucy. You want to use a rimmed baking sheet to catch any cheese or sauce that may bubble over, and so that the ramekins don't slide off when you're putting them in the oven. Trust me on this. Now, in they go for the final step, turning the cheese GBD. And there you are, golden brown and delicious, GBD. A little homemade shortcake with strawberries, and it's a real meal. Now, where did that kid go? Someone's got to clean that stove.